What is up, everyone? StonePost34 bringing you just a regular commentary. And by the title, I'm sure you're thinking, what does this have to do with Call of Duty? It actually has a lot to do with Call of Duty. Of course, Paula Deen has been crucified in the media. First, it was because she had stage 2 diabetes, and if you watch any of her cooking, she just has these ridiculously high fat, just southern cooking, really bad for you dishes that she does. So she got crucified for that, and then, of course, all this racism stuff came up. And that's what I want to talk about. It's about Call of Duty and the rooms you get into. But let's talk about her. She basically, her career's over. They canceled her cookbook. Food Network dropped her, which was her main source of income. She's pretty much done. And I agree with it. I think she should. I just have zero tolerance for racism, for the use, and I guess this is the part that comes up in Call of Duty. Last night I'm in a lobby, and I'm being called the N-word. Me. I'm Irish and and Scottish. I am not black, and it doesn't matter if you're black or not, because the N-word is derogatory towards, African Americans that were slaves. That was a term used for slaves. It's disgusting when I hear it. It thoroughly and totally upsets me. One of my best friends, my neighbor, he's a black man. I've never heard him use the word. My other neighbor, he's black too, but he doesn't, I don't really talk to him a whole lot. My kids were raised by a black family. They have 4 kids. They're my daughter and I went for a walk last night and stopped by their house just to say hi. It doesn't matter the color. I don't even think of color when, I think of them. I just think of them as good people, as friends. I guess I experienced a little bit of it in my family when my grandparents, I was teens, 10, 20s, and, when they passed away, they used some of those words. I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying it's a whole different generation. And I tell my wife all the time, I say, I just hope it dies off. All this crap of calling people the N-word or just being a bigot. And it's disgusting. And I'm glad that the Paula Deen thing actually came about, because I think it shed some light on it, and I don't know, just made it more where people should realize that there are consequences to using that kind of verbiage towards another person, to describe another person. I just think it's sickening. And basically, let's be honest, it's ignorance. It's just people being flat out ignorant. They don't understand either. They don't understand what the word means, and they think it's cool to use it. Let's be honest, a lot of the people that use it are not white people. They're black people. And that really frustrates me, because I feel like our whole society has kind of evolved. First black president. We've kind of evolved where this shouldn't be even discussed, but it is. And when I say it's discussed, the word shouldn't even be used. And I just hope that we evolve out of this. But, whether you're white, black, Hispanic, Chinese, Japanese, that word should never be used. The N-word is just, there's a few really offensive words in the English language. And to me, the N-word is the most offensive by far. And I think because it brings back a sad time in our country's history, in not just our country, that happened in other countries too, but for me, in our country's history, where we had slavery. That's what it brings back. It's like, let's get past this. Let's work past it together, and not be dropping the N-word in lobbies, because that's really not helping anybody. That's just bringing up the past that I think we'd all like to forget. And let's all move together as, one cohesive group, and not single each other out. And it's just plain stupidity in my mind, because it goes back to the old saying, you can't judge a book by its cover. Well, you can't judge a person by their looks, and especially a look that they can't control, which is skin color, hair color. Those are things you can't control. So why should you be judged by them? Ethnicity. If you're American Indian, or if you're, you shouldn't be judged by that. You should be judged by your character, by how you treat others. And the N-word cuts through all the things that matter in society in my mind. And that's why like I said, I have no tolerance for it. And we were in a lobby last night, and it was actually a black guy on the other end was calling me the N word. You know, we beat him in a game, and he actually had more points, and he got on the mic and said, "Oh, top of the leaderboard again." But they got their butts kicked. He was just camping in a corner, and I said, "Well, you know, how about you guys cap?" He had one cap in a full game. I mean, you get two free caps pretty much. He had one cap in the entire game, and so he busts out. He goes, "Well, check my or my KD N word," and I'm like, "Whoa, there, there's nobody in this lobby that's an N word. I don't know why you're using that word." "Oh, shut up, my N." I'm like, "Oh my god." I mean, what does that get you? Where are you going with this? What in life is? I mean, do you do that at a job interview? "Oh, my N, this and that." No. So why do you do it in Call of Duty? Why do you do it? You know, it's maybe it's a generation of social media people, and I mean, read the comments on big videos. I mean, people are just flat out mean. I mean, just because you can hide behind a keyboard or behind a headset, doesn't mean that it's okay. And I think a lot of people have that in their mind that, oh, well, there's no repercussion. Well, there should be. I mean, there honestly should be. And I report people for offensive language when they do it. That doesn't do anything. Maybe it makes me feel better. Maybe that's all it does. But I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. I'm sure if you're a Call of Duty person, you can relate to the things that are said that quite honestly shouldn't be said in lobbies. And, it's to me, it's sad. It's really a sad, I don't want to call it a generational thing because it's not a generational thing. It's just a sad part of our society that we think we can hide behind headsets and keyboards and treat people like crap. It's just not right. I mean, because it's like high school bullying. I mean, I almost think that if you're going to do that, you'd sit in a corner with your friends or at a lunchroom and say things because you don't think there's going to be any repercussion for what you say. And, it just really bothers me. I don't know, guys. I just want to tie in the Paula Deen thing and, basically what happened last night in the lobby. And it literally happens every couple days in a lobby. And I, mute all. That's all I do. I mean, keep my blood pressure down. And my wife will say, "Oh, who are you yelling at downstairs?" I'm like, "Never mind. You don't want to know." So, what do you guys? I appreciate you watching. I've been doing The Last of Us. I am going to do Payday 2. I have that coming. So, we'll look for some Payday 2 as well. So, take care as always, guys. This is Stone Post 34.